Hello and welcome to our 8-week intro poetry course. Over the next few lessons, you'll explore different types of poetry and learn how to write your own. Each lesson, you'll discover new ways to express your thoughts and feelings using words. You'll try different styles, sounds, and techniques in your poems while reading different poems to help improve your own. By the end of this course, you have your very own collection of poems to share. So let's get ready, have some fun, create and write poetry. I'm excited to see what you come up with. So first, we have to know, what is poetry? Poetry is a type of writing that uses creative language to express feelings, ideas, or stories in a unique way. It often focuses on rhythm, sound, and emotion, using techniques like rhyme, repetition, and imagery, which are also called poetic devices. Unlike regular writing, poetry can be more artistic and doesn't always follow strict rules. However, we are going to go over some poems that do have specific rules. Poems can be short, they can be long, and they allow you as the writer to share your thoughts in a powerful and imaginative way. Now, there are some things that you have to know about poems. Unlike a story that has sentences and paragraphs, poems are made up of stanzas and lines. So here we have an example of Mary Had a Little Lamb. But a stanza is a group of lines in a poem that are arranged together, often with a specific rhyme or rhythm. It's like a paragraph in poetry, and it helps to organize ideas or themes. So here we have 2 stanzas. Now the lines are the individual rows of words in a poem. They can vary in length and often have a rhythm or a rhyme. So if we count the lines in Mary Had a Little Lamb, there's a total of 8. So I say Mary Had a Little Lamb has 2 stanzas and 8 lines. Now let's check out some poetic forms. There are poems that follow specific rules and there are some that don't. So haikus, free verse, a sonnet, and an acrostic poem all have specific rules. So let's start with the haiku. A haiku is a Japanese form of poetry with 3 lines only. It follows a specific syllable pattern of 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. It often focuses on nature and moments of change. But I decided to write a haiku about food because it's one of my favorite topics. So take a listen. Fresh bread on the shelf, warm butter melts with the breeze, taste of home at last. That first line has 5 syllables. And if you're not sure how to count syllables, you can try clapping. So fresh bread on the shelf, or some people like to put their finger under their thumb. There are a lot of different ways that you can count syllables in a line or a word. Another type of poem is free verse. Now, free verse doesn't have any set rules for rhyme or structure. It's all about your creativity, and it allows the poem to flow freely without worrying about a specific pattern or form. Let's go ahead and read that one. It's also about food, but not so much. All right, let's move on to a sonnet. So a sonnet is a 14-line poem. They're usually about love or nature, and they have a specific rhyme scheme like A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, or G, G. And each line usually has 10 syllables, and the poem often ends with a turn or a change in perspective. So another thing we're going to learn about is rhyme scheme, and that's how the words at the end of the sentence might rhyme. So if we take a listen to this first one. Upon the table, fruit so ripe and sweet, the scent of herbs and spices fill the air. A golden roast with warmth beneath our feet, and honey treats beyond all earthly care. Did you see those rhyming words? Sweet and feet, air and care. That is a rhyme scheme. Now, the next poem we're going to look at is the acrostic poem. This one also has set rules, but the way this one is written, it uses the first letter of each line to spell out a word or message. And since I've been writing about food, particularly bread, I use bread as my example. And then each line of the poem relates to the word or idea that it's spelling out, which makes it just something fun, and it gives you a way to focus on one thing at a time. Now, in this course, we are going to be using a website called poetryfoundation.org, and it's just a website that has a lot of poetry. So I'm going to ask that you visit the website, read different poems, and each week as you're writing a different type of poem, or maybe you're going to do it every day, try to find poems that match the style of poetry that you're writing for that lesson. For your first assignment, you're going to write an acrostic poem about your name or a hobby. So remember, you're writing the first letter of your name or hobby vertically down the page, so up and down. For each letter, write a word or phrase that describes something about you or your hobby. Be creative and try to use descriptive language or personal feelings. Ensure that each line connects to the overall theme. So your name, it should be about you, or if you're writing about your hobby, it should be about your hobby. Check for spelling, punctuation, and neatness before submitting. Now, if you also want to give the other ones a try, you can do that as well. And that just means that your portfolio is going to be full of poems. Another thing I would like you to do is find different poets. Find the ones that stick out to you. Look at their work. See if it resonates with you and if you like them. So there will be some poet spotlights that I'm going to post, but I want you to also do a little bit of research and find poets that you like and learn a little bit more about them. I'm looking forward to reading your work.